Equipment is all rested up and ready to go. Ground is drying out. It's supposed to be an absolutely beautiful day. Let's see what we can get accomplished. All right, we're over here on the far side. We got the laser set up. We're kind of trying to eyeball the best place to put the overflow pipe in. This is going to be a 12-inch double wall pipe. And then the short thing to do, the cheap thing to do, would be to put the pipe down there. It's a lot shorter distance from the dam to the ditch, but that's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to put the pipe over here. That ditch actually drains underneath that driveway, and then it goes down. There's actually a creek goes down through there, so there's no point of putting all that water in that ditch, coming all the way down the highway ditch and then going out. Even though that is what the water did before, that don't mean we can't make an improvement on the property. So we're actually adding about 40 feet of pipe. If you guys know, in today's market, that is not cheap. We're adding 40 feet of pipe. We're going to go from right here, kind of go down the dam at an angle so we're not hitting the highway embankment, and heading out that way. So Matt is going to head off and get us some pipe, but before he does that, Jerry's on his way here to run the dozer. We're going to go up there and reflag that water line and make sure we got that transition coming out of the water into the bank just right. And we can still use just a little bit more dirt up around the house. So if we got some excess dirt there, we'll take it that way. So top of the dam is close. We got one spot out there. It's just a little bit low, don't we?
2 inches.
So we'll...
Hey, guess what? You did that in the dark.
No, actually... the final pass on here, I didn't check it with the topsoil, but the final pass on the dam I actually did run in with the laser.
You can actually see the spot.
Yeah.
Just one little bitty spot out there, about 10 foot.
That's not too shabby for a couple of amateurs. Let's go grab us some green flags and make Jerry happy.
He loves the green.
He loves the green flags. That's a sarcastic love for green flags, I promise you. All right, so we did do a depth check up there this morning. We're averaging about 6.5 feet. Pretty good distance out from the dam here. We get out there a little bit farther, we're about 5.5, 6 feet. And Matt's just kind of double checking here. We're thinking there's about 2 feet of water down there right now. Matt's already at about 7 feet.
We're probably close to 11 foot of water.
11 foot of water down there, so we definitely got a deep end. If you go back and watch the videos and see what we had to do to get that depth, I hope the homeowner appreciates it, because let me tell you, it took everything I had not to cuss on camera. So that's 11 feet. That's a foot more than I was hoping for, so we're doing good. Yeah. Are you color coordinating your flags?
Huh?
You got green, pink, green, pink.
Yeah, the next one's gonna be pink. See, I still have one in there.
Jerry's gonna be so proud of you when he shows
I'm
up.
trying to make him happy today. All I'm here to do is appease Jerry today. That's it.
You know what he told me? We worked here all last week without you.
Yeah.
And the very last thing he said before Thanksgiving was, I just realized Matt wasn't here all week.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah, I bet you that's a Mike Simon comment.
I told him that you were digging through rock and you weren't real happy about it.
Yeah, and I was feeling like crap.
You were, well.
I was in your track hoe, putting germs all in that sucker, buddy.
Hey, good news, I got 2 of them. I don't have to be in that one. Hopefully by the time we get back to that track hoe, it's aired out a little bit. All right, so basically what we're doing here is we're taking these flags and marking the water line, and our water line is just exactly where we thought it was going to be. The only problem is we would like to maybe bring this up just a little bit right here so there's a little bit more of a transition into the water, but we're pretty much spot on where we want to be. So we do still have some dirt up here we can bring out if we need to, so that won't be a problem. Be a good reference for Jerry, and kind of a
color code.
Good reference. He's going to ask him what the color code means.
You tell him there's a half-inch difference between pink and green. You tell him I said
No, because then I have to spend 20 minutes explaining it to him.
Come on, it's a beautiful Monday.
It is a beautiful Monday. That's going to be a nice little water line, though. It's not going to be straight. It's going to have some curves to it.
Nice.
I like it.
Pretty features.
I like it a lot. So Jerry just rolled in.
I see.
I got the 850J warming up, not the 850B. How do you think he's going to feel about that?
Well, since the bee's not started at all, I think he might actually get in the green one.
You think he will?
I think he will.
I bet you he'll ask what's wrong with the other one.
And the answer should be no heated cab.
I'll say it's out of fuel.
We just filled it up.
You don't know that. We got a little bit of yards to move here. We got to go a pretty good distance with them. I think the J's going to be better for that as it warms up later in the day. We'll probably switch over to the B, but we'll see what happens. All right, I don't know if you guys can see off over there, but Jerry's actually taking the 850 down there and just kind of reshaped this a little bit. We still got our flags right there. He's taking some of that dirt and pushing down there, but right here up against all that mud, we got just a little bit of a knot that he's having a hard time kind of getting out of here. So we're just going to kind of take the track home and dig this back for him here a little bit. Actually mix a little bit of that mud in with some of that better dirt and trying to make this corner a little bit nicer here, and at least get it to where he can get in here with the dozer and do something with it. This is all that mud from on the back side of that dam over there, and it is just some nasty, nasty stuff. Gotta be a little bit careful as we got some of that trash down in there we buried before, so we don't want to yank it up out of there. Just a slight little pit stop on our way over to the overflow. All right, got that little bit of stuff kind of throw it up there on the top for Jerry. He probably could have got it with the dozer, but it just makes it so much easier, and I was tracking past here with the excavator anyways. He's kind of pushing down through there. We're a little bit high here, a little bit low down there as far as maintaining the really nice shoreline, so he's taking some of that dirt down there. While he's doing that, we're going to track over and get our overflow pipe trench. I'm not going to get the pipe dug. We're not digging the pipe. We're digging the trench to put the pipe in. That's what we're doing. Off we go. All right, so Matt put us a flag right here. This is water level, so basically we're going to start in right here, dig down over the hill, and end up in the ditch down there. That ditch actually gets pretty deep, so we're going to actually quit quite a bit before we get to it. We do have to go through our silt fence, but we will address that issue when we get there. Hopefully we can get this dug so whenever Matt gets back, we'll be ready to put some pipe in. location set up there on top. Trying to skim this topsoil off. We got plenty of topsoil on this job, which is actually kind of rare. Put the topsoil on this side. Mostly I don't want to backfill with this topsoil, so we're gonna put it on the other side so we make sure we get some good clay down around the pipe. But we're only putting a 12-inch pipe in here, so you guys are asking, well, why in the world are you digging a 42-inch wide trench? And the answer to that is we like to over dig this so we can run the compactor up and down the trench and make sure we get good compaction around it. And it just, I don't know, it's what we've done for a while, and it just seems to work really well. So anyways, I'm going to finish digging my way on down through here. It's about, we used to like to try to get 18 to 20 inches, 18 to 24 inches of cover over top of the pipes. We're about 3 foot deep with the trench here, and then we'll daylight out down there in the ditch. I'm actually thoroughly surprised and impressed. It's a little bit soft here on the back slope, but actually you can almost see it up there with the teeth marks. The actual dam itself is compacted surprisingly well compared to the considering the material we had to build with. So that's definitely nice and reassuring that we're going to have a good dam here. So hopefully Matt will be back with some pipe soon and we'll get her installed. Now where do we go? So right in this general location here is where we're going to daylight out at. The culvert pipe is right there. It actually heads that way. So as you guys can see, we have made it down to the silt fence. Since we are this close to the end of it, I think I'm just going to pull this section up. We'll dig through, and then when we leave at the end of the day, we'll put it back. Other option is to cut it. Actually, you know what? Check that out. We're going to get lucky. We can just go one way and the other way. Boy, it's going to be a good day. It's like we planned this way back when we put the silt fence in. We got a gate right here. I knew it was going to be a good day. I knew it was going to be. Oh, nope, hold on. Oh, yes. Look at that. Look at that. That couldn't have worked out. I swear, I had no idea that was there. That worked out perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't know why I turned the camera on and that shadow just made me laugh. Anyways, we are pretty much dug down the hill as far as we can. I got myself backed up to the ditch here. So basically what I'm going to do is we're down here on solid enough ground where I should be able to straddle this ditch. We're going to reach out here and see if we can't get these two to tie together. We should tie in somewhere right in there. All right, give you a quick little tour here. Got the trench all dug. It actually turned out pretty nice. The good news is, man, there's just so much water in this ground. Obviously the lake's not leaking because it's not full and there's still water just boiling out of the ground down here. I'm hoping eventually it slows down a little bit. We got some seams cut off up there, but the good news is you get down here low enough, you get water in the trench, you kind of got a water level to make sure you got grade, because you guys can kind of see it kind of bellies and flattens out there a little bit, but I think we're going to be just fine. I don't want to get too carried away. Matt's on his way back with a pipe. We'll throw it in there. Probably start at the bottom on this one and work our way back up towards the top. But as you guys see, it looks pretty doggone sharp. So I'm gonna go check on Jerry. I just talked to Matt. He should be back here in any minute, and we'll start going. But man, our soil profile, not to change subject on you guys here, but you can see right here, it changes from clay to all the subsoil. So all the subsoil is definitely on the back side of the dam where we want it. On the water side up here, the closer we get to the water, the better the dirt gets, which is exactly what we were trying to do. So kind of a way to confirm we got the right dirts in the right places to do the best we can to get the best possible result on this job, which I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Actually, the main part of the dam here is compacted really well for the type of dirt we got, so I'm very pleased with that. Obviously, as you get work down through there a little bit farther and you get into some nastier dirts, it's not compacted near as well, but at that point it's just fill. It don't really serve a purpose other than just making a nice profile. So pretty pleased with it. I feel a lot better after digging this, kind of knowing what we got. So Jerry's still doing his thing over there. Hopefully Matt will be here in just a minute with some pipes. All right, Matt just showed up with our pipes over there. I was talking to Jerry. He's ready to switch dozers. He's probably right. He's got the majority of the dirt moved, and this one here does do a better job of finishing grading and floats better. So we got the fluids checked in this thing this morning, so I'm gonna get it. Come on now. Oh, Steph deterrent. Get this one fired up and warming up. This thing's a little coordinated, so I'm gonna let it start getting warmed up. Whenever Jerry switches dozers, it is ready to go. All right. Here we go, firing home. Come on, baby. Never doubted it. Just happened to be walking back over here. That's not good. I mentioned it rained over the weekend. We should probably check the fuel tank. The question is, who put fuel in it last? I'm not going to mention names, but he might be holding the camera. I see you got some pipes, sir.
Yeah.
Here's the question.
Pipe delivery.
Here's the question.
What?
Did you remember the lube?
Did I remember the lube? I have something special for you, buddy.
You do?
I put my sales hat on when I was over there and I said, I am buying $2,000 worth of pipe. I deserve some free lube today. And she looked at me like, what are you talking about? Well, you gotta put lubrication on the seal or it messes it up, right? Look at this, huh?
Oh, we got the official stuff.
And guess what?
The joint lube.
Because I bought so much pipe, meaning you, they gave this to me because I talked them into it.
I feel like we're on an infomercial right now, like for Flex Seal. If you buy 7 pipes for $7.99, you get 1 gallon of free joint lube free.
But wait, it's water dispersible.
Perfect. I don't know what that means, but hey, I found something I didn't even know I lost.
Uh-oh.
Who put fuel in the Traco last?
Not me.
I know you weren't here. I can't blame on you.
I filled up the dozers, but I'm gonna tell on myself now.
Oh God.
So you remember whatever day it was, you weren't around and I came down to fill up the dozer for Jerry.
That was the day I had to go on date night and spend a whole bunch of money.
Yes, that night. I think that was a Friday night. So Jerry said, hey, I need you on a D4. You should have been here all day. I don't know what DP's talking about. You should have been here with me. We'd had this done already.
And then Jerry calls me and tells me the exact opposite story.
So D4's out of fuel. I back up to D4. I'm filling it up. Jerry needs something else done. I come over here, I take care of it, I go back, I'm like, oh, it's kicked off. Take off driving. I get all the way to this side, no fuel cap. And I'm like, darn it, that's all you, buddy. I walked back and I found it and I didn't run it over.
Well, I didn't
So
even know
we both done this.
I didn't even know I lost it. I was just walking over here. I'm like, what's that?
You found it.
Yeah, the problem is it rained between now and the last time I put fuel in it, so I'm gonna go check my fuel tank real quick.
Oh, you mean this wasn't today?
I fueled it Wednesday.
Oh,
today's Monday. It rained all weekend.
Oh no. I thought we were just, you know.
Well,
we got lucky.
The good news is I got the trench dug without it dying on me. So, all right.
Here, take the lube with you so I can actually do the heavy lift.
Oh yes, because I mean I've got the camera. That's very important, and I got a fuel cap, and I got lube. So I think we're gonna start at the bottom and go our way up.
Okay.
That's good. Let's go home.
I think we need to put 7 more in there.
All right, we forgot the shovel, but Matt remembered his gloves. We didn't forget the shovel. It's just over there. I think both of us are too lazy to go get it. All right, hold on, I'll help you.
I don't know if it has to do with laziness or we just want to get the pipe in.
Yeah, that's true. Because if we get the pipe in, you know what that means?
Go at lunch.
We get lunch. Oh. Here we go. You gonna read the instructions on how to use that?
Yes.
And you can feel that traco just sitting there idle, and you can feel this whole ground shaking.
Yes.
It's crazy.
All right. The only warning is, don't put it in your eyeball.
I thought you were gonna say use externally only.
You beat me to the punchline. I'm gonna read that last, darn it. Gonna be all, you know, couth about it first. And it may cause mild skin irritation. So even exterior use, it might be a little irritating. And if in your eyes, rinse with the muddiest water you can find.
It can't be any worse than Dawn dish soap in your eyes.
No.
I think I was Aaron. I was Aaron down there at Chris's. I thought he was gonna have to go to the eye wash station. What's it smell like?
Doesn't even stink, really.
You guys smell it? It smells like plumber's.
Can you guys smell it? Did you say it smelled like blubber?
No, it smells like plumber's putty.
Oh, plumber.
I don't think your O-ring is perfectly fine down there on the bottom.
Let's see.
So just enough to cover the O-ring there, you'll be fine. Famous last words.
My famous last words are, judging by the color, I think it worked. Don't say anything.
Oh my goodness. So many pipe jokes. All right, you ready to see what happens?
Oh, that mud's so tacky, I can't even move it.
All right, hold on. Let's at least get it started. You ready?
Yep. Beautiful.
They go home?
No.
Oh.
We got
Bummer.
6 more inches.
Bummer. All right, let's see if we can suck her up.
All right, guys, as usual, this pipe here has a taper on it. This is a little taller, so we want this piece to bump that piece. Usually this would say home on it, and it might somewhere, but shouldn't take much pressure from Mike. Should slip right on in there with the lube. That's got it. Right there is that taller rib.
All right, Matt's gonna get that pipe centered up in the ditch. We're gonna get this covered up, going up to it. Like I said, it's kind of shallow down here because of the way we got a daylight out into the ditch, but whoops, I got my silk fence. We'll do that. And now we're getting to the part where we're getting ready to go up the dam, and we'll gain some depth on her pretty quick, so we'll be in good shape. Good shape going up through there for sure. For sure. Tamp that down around there. Like I said, we're not going to get too concerned about compaction down here as we get closer to the last two sections of the ones we really want to make sure we get compacted well. All right, so in today's coronavirus world, you have to get what you can. The supplier actually has two different style of pipe, or two different brands of pipe. But the rumor on the street is they'll lock together, and I think we'd be fine. And I did not damage this pushing it together. It was already damaged. It's been tweaked a little bit.
Came off the stack that way.
So what's your plan?
You're gonna go up there and push just a little bit while I wiggle it in and get it started.
Am I gonna push with that or with this?
El Manuel.
Oh man.
You're welcome.
All right, let's see what happens. You ready?
Yep. Keep coming. Okay. Now you can proceed. Good.
All right, another pipe in. I'm gonna back up here a little bit. We're gonna get this one here backfilled. We'll work our way on up to the next one.
Good. I thought your middle name was Easy.
It's only on the weekend.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, there's a track there. Y'all like my coat holder? Mike hasn't figured out that his back camera's blocked yet. I wanted to see how long it takes him. I don't know if he even noticed it. But it's holding my jacket really well.
You guys look out through there. We got all the pipe in. We're about 7 feet short up there, which we kind of knew when we were going to be that way. We can't really cheat it any farther back there on that end. We did get an extra piece of pipe for that 7 feet, but before we go cut a brand new piece of pipe, Matt seems to think we have a piece left over from that pond we built up in Crawford County. And it's lunchtime, so we're going to run down to the market for lunch, see if there's a section of pipe down there, and we need to come back and run the compactor on this section. But you guys look back around here where I've got everything cleaned up. It looks really nice. So let us go see what pipe we can find and get the compactor fired up, and we will be back. All right, back from lunch. Did a little bit of shopping. What'd you come up with there, buddy?
I came up with 6.5 feet of pipe, and it's the exact length we need. Can you believe that?
Which means we got 20 feet left over for as needed basis, right?
Yep.
All right.
That's your multi-tool.
You're awful needy. Talking about this one?
Well, my rubber's in the wrong spot.
If we were smart, we probably would have went and checked to see if we had that down there first. So we measured this off, and we figured we were about 7 feet short.
Yep.
Which actually we would have been a foot short. We gained a foot somewhere.
So what about it? We'd have been smart if, say that part again. I knew it was down there. You just didn't remember it.
I just didn't believe you that it was still down there. And
yeah,
somebody...
This photographic memory of your inventory, it's been pretty spot on.
All right, let's get your rubber repositioned, then we'll get you lubed up, and then we'll slide your pipe in.
See, I wasn't gonna go that far with it. But it's your channel. Came out.
All right, you ready, sir?
As soon as I get it started.
I'll get the light in. Oh.
My rubber got a little dirty.
Somebody may get a little excited with the track hole in that last one. Oh, you got this. You got this. I got faith in you.
I don't fall first.
You're running out of oof.
God! Dang, that track hole puts a lot more pressure on that than what you think it does.
All right, let me give you the assistance.
Last piece. I didn't quite have enough butt to get it in there, so we're bringing a lot of butt. There she is. Good job, DP.
Just for you.
Thank you.
How we look versus our flag?
within a quarter by my eyeball. It's really close. Now see, if I knew that's where you were headed, I'd have said something totally different. All right, once DP gets done backfilling that the rest of the way, I'm gonna take the vibratory roller, run up and down it a few times, seal her off real good, make sure this good clay dirt packs around it really nicely, and then we'll call her done.
See if Matt can get in there without getting hung up or taking out the track hoe. That compactor in that size ditch works pretty well, because even though the drum's kind of tying the two sides in, the tires behind it are kind of going down each side of the pipe, so we'll make a few passes on it. Oh yes. It's going to seal her off pretty nice. You guys see the tire ruts on each side. We may even swing around and back up here, get this a little better on this top side. Now Matt's going to offset a little bit, basically tie the wall of our ditch into a wall of our easy now. Got a little too close for comfort on that one. Offset a little bit. I like what I'm seeing now. That's perfect right there. Do the same thing on this side. You guys never knew compacting an overflow could be so exciting. If he gets that thing stuck in the ditch, that'll be really exciting. Good. Like it. Very nice. All right, from here on up, that's actually above the water level of the pond, so it's basically considered freeboard. So at this point, we'll just take the track hoe and tamp it in and we'll be in good shape. You better not hit my machine. We'll just compact it one extra time. How much articulation does it have?
Not enough
On the machine and helped them, but what fun would that have been? All right, just about got this whooped. I'm gonna take a track over here, finish filling this in. And we're gonna call this part complete. Matt is gonna grab the Sawzall. I think our pipe's about a foot too long. We're having too long and too short, so I'm not complaining about that. But I'm gonna get this cleaned up and I'll show you what we got.
It's for you to check out.
We'll inspect the work here. Oh, that don't look too shabby. Now,
your little slope over here is a little shy there, bud.
I'll have to admit the excavating work definitely shows off the beautiful cut job you did.
I disagree. The cut job shows off the excavating work.
That ought to work pretty good. If I was water, I would love to take that water slide.
I guarantee it.
All right, enough messing around. Let's get this finished up. Well, guys, there it is. It is all in. I need to put a little bit of hand work in here around the pipe, but she's in pretty good shape. Got that all fluffed in down through there. Eventually we'll get the dozer and the pyrite back on it, at least for now. It is all cleaned up, so we're gonna head back across the pond and see what old Jerry's up to. All right, guys, end of the day report. Overflow is in way over there, and Jerry has got the majority of that all slicked up with the D4, including coming around here from about here to here. It's still pretty wet and pretty spongy, and it's also pretty wet and pretty spongy right here. This is still a little bit low, so Jerry's bringing that up. So what the plan is now, Jerry's going to spruce this up the best he can here at the end of the day. We got a couple really nice days of good weather, so over the next 2 or 3 days when we're working on other stuff, Jerry's going to come in here and just kind of hit this and keep turning it over, trying to get it to dry out enough where we can get it finished. And eventually we're going to start working that topsoil. It's over there on across, and some of that topsoil even needs to end up in front of the house, so it's going to be a pretty good little push there for a while. So we're going to wrap up today. I'm going to keep this video going on to the next one because there ain't really a whole lot left to do, even though it sounds like it. So I'll see you guys in the future. Well, guys, it's about 4 days later, 4 days after we put the overflow in, and our stretch of good weather is coming to an end. Unfortunately, I did not get a lot of video of Jerry of putting all this topsoil back. You can see where we still pretty much avoided the septic. Got the topsoil up and around the house, and down through here got a little bit of a swell coming down that drains that ditch back behind the house. This dirt was so wet from coming out of the bottom of the hole. We spent the last 3 or 4 days taking the dozer, kind of ripping it up, letting it sit in the sun for a day, grading it around, and just kept repeating that for the last couple days, about an hour at a time. And it's still not quite as dry as what it looks. It looks really dry on top, but it's still very pumpy and unstable. Underneath you can kind of see the indention there a little bit from the dozer. The D4 went back and forth. So talking to the homeowner, basically what we decided, we have most likely 1.5 to 2 inches of rain coming this evening here in an hour or so. That's all we're kind of here getting the last few things tidied up. So at this point we're basically going to let this just sit through the winter. If you guys look close here, you can see the homeowner's got a bunch of winter wheat thrown out. So we're basically just kind of mothballing it, if you would. Let it sit here for 2 or 3 months. Then at some point we'll be back this spring, and we'll take the AMI ruckus rake, pyrite this all out, put some actual grass seed down, and that way in the springtime comes around, hopefully the pond's full, the yard's done, and everything's good. So this one here was a little bit of a fight. It was a little bit of a battle. Most likely the last video you're going to see in this series for a while. So I hope you guys enjoyed all the dozer work and the core trench and the fighting in the mud. And pretty sure I got a few gray hairs. I'm going to have some nightmares over this one. But look at that. That thing actually turned out absolutely beautiful. I mean, if we could just get a little bit of dry weather here in the spring. If you guys are wondering, I'm actually filming this on the 15th of December, so probably sometime in March, weather permitting, we'll be back, and we'll get this thing all polished up. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. We definitely appreciate that. Helps out the channel. We want to make sure you don't miss what this thing looks like in the spring. Consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of the ventures. Anyway, either way, guys, hope you enjoyed. We shall catch you on the next one.